This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Wow. Welcome.
So let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about last week, Matt. We had our Lucky 7 Fayt brand trip for our customers, which went fucking amazingly. You know when you're organising something, like something always goes wrong? Like if you've got a party or an event or you're going camping or on holidays, like something always goes wrong when you've like planned everything to a T. I literally cannot fault the 3 days that we spent with our 7 customers. Not a single thing went wrong. Like no one's flight was delayed. Like nothing was missing. Like everything went perfectly and I have no complaints. It was definitely the most wholesome 3 days I've ever had in my business journey, I will say. Just getting to experience hanging out with 7 customers for 3 days and wining and dining them. It was just really fucking special. And it was amazing to see how grateful they were. Like people cried on multiple days. Like tears of genuine fucking happiness. And that was just so like powerful. Like I fucking cried. The Fayt girls were crying. Like there was one point on the last day after we did the Pilates and we're all standing around drinking coffees and one girl started crying. Then everyone started crying. And even I was crying. And it was that special.
And you never cry.
I know. And that's what Kim was saying. She's like, you never cry. Like in front of the fucking Fayt girls. I'm there like, not like bawling, but like, oh, it just was so nice. And it's just got me feeling a lot of things moving forward with marketing our business. I feel like with Fayt, we market our business differently anyway. I feel like we've always been a bit of a trend-setting business when it comes to like the crazy warehouse videos and just the way that we be ourselves and whatever. I think we've definitely been a big inspiration for a lot of brands that now do the same sort of style of videos. But even just like involving our customers in this way. And then I did like a follow-up video, which I'm like, fuck, this is maybe an unpopular opinion. And sorry to all the influencers that I offended when I said, don't take influencers, take customers instead. But I'm just feeling like inspired after it to continue to like include our customers more because it's just made me realize like we're living in this world where like influencer marketing has been like, obviously, you know, Matt, like you're a fucking influencer yourself, but I feel like a shift is going to happen. Not completely. And I think a lot of people, like not a lot, but I had a few comments like, nah, but influencers are still good. And like, we will still continue to work with influencers at Fayt. But I just think it's like really cool that I have the opportunity and I have it in my brain. Like I can market my business, but I can use my customers. We will still work with fucking influencers. Like influencers are powerful, but it was just like eye-opening, I guess, for me to be like, we can do cool things and promote our business and we can use our customers in that experience as well and like give them a trip of a lifetime or a night to remember. And I can still advertise my business like all at once.
Yeah.
It's just been really fucking cool. And obviously we had our A Date With Fayt night on the second night of the trip and you were there for that and you made the night. I know I've already said that. But it was just, again, like so, like the night went completely smoothly, like nothing went wrong.
Literally.
Everything was amazing. The vibes were high from the minute that like the gates opened and we started letting everyone in.
Yeah.
It was just like seamless.
Yeah.
And I feel like you made it so much more fun. Like originally I was just going to do it myself, like emceeing kind of thing. And then I was like, I'm going to invite you and Kate. But then I think you like mentioned it to me before I'd even mentioned it to you kind of thing. I also didn't want to make you drive all that way to Newcastle.
The drive wasn't bad. I listened to an audiobook and I loved it.
Yeah, it's not that bad of a drive, honestly. And I do it so often now that it feels like 2 seconds, like the 2-hour drive. But it was just like fucking so good the night.
It was so fun. Like everyone was just in the best mood.
Yeah.
no complaints. Like
No.
everyone was just there to have a good time. And let's actually take them through like
Yeah,
the
we
night and
will.
what happened.
So we let everyone in, and if you've seen like our videos and stuff, you can kind of get the visual. So everyone arrived. Everyone got $1,000.
Everyone got $1,000.
Everyone got a raffle ticket because we were giving away $1,000 as the major prize, $1,000 cash, and we had one of those big novelty checks as well, which is really funny. But when everyone arrived, we didn't tell them what the raffle ticket was for. So I handed out every raffle ticket and I said, this is your raffle ticket, hold on to it. But no one knew what the prize was. And when they arrived, we also gave them all a wristband, and we had like 4 different coloured wristbands. Then we had like the Polaroid wall, the media wall. Tommy was doing interviews. It was just like mingle hour. And you know what? One thing was scary, Matt. We had like an open bar tab for the night. So like it was just free for all, and we were paying at the end. In the first hour, it got to $5,500 in an hour.
What did you expect it to be for the whole event, or what were you hoping to
10
spend?
grand.
Okay.
And it got halfway in the first hour, and the venue came over and they're like, just want to let you know we're like an hour in and it's a $5,500. I'm like, oh fuck. But it is what it is. Everyone was having a good time. Then we kind of ushered everyone into the second room, which had like all these red lanterns in the ceiling. And that's when Matt and I began with our High Scrollers live show. So Matt got up and did a acknowledgement to country, and then you introduced yourself and did some jokes, which I loved, and know that some of them were from your last live show.
Yeah.
But everyone's still pissed, and I'm like hearing the joke
But
again.
I was in Newcastle, didn't do a show in Newcastle, so I thought I'd give them a taste.
Exactly right. You did all your funny things, and then you introduced me onto the stage, and it was like the crowd was just like electric.
Yeah, that's the best word for it. Yeah.
Electrifying.
Yeah.
Everyone was just so excited to be there. And then so we were up on the stage and we had a bit of banter between ourselves. The first thing I said as I was walking, I'm like, Matt, is this a Fayt event or is it a High Scrollers live show? And everyone's like, wow! Because there must have been so many scrollers there. And then we just did some like housekeeping, like the toilets are here, blah, 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 blah. We're so excited to have you all here tonight. We were just talking about like all the exciting things that we were doing that night. And then we had our first little activity of the night because everyone was there from our Fayt community. Like we're all part of the same community, but like a lot of people don't know each other clearly. So the first activity was we said, now you can all see you've got different coloured wristbands on. So the first activity of the night is we want you to go and find someone. And before we could even finish saying what we were going to say, the room just was like roaring with conversation.
It was so wild.
Like our microphones were so loud. And so we're saying, we want you to grab someone and make a new friend. And then before we knew it, it was like roaring of conversation. Everyone just jumped in straight away and we couldn't even finish what we were saying. So we were like, anyway, thanks everyone.
I was like, let's just get off stage because this is like,
they did it straight away. Like they knew they had to go and find a new friend. That was just so nice.
They just like literally roaring is like the perfect word for it. It just erupted
and I'm
in
like,
conversation.
hello, like no one can fucking hear us anymore. They're all talking. It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
So that was the first activity and the canapes started coming around in that
I
room.
will say, a lot of fish on your menu, sweetie. A lot of fish on that menu.
I did that in spite of you. Do you want to know what's fucked?
What?
I was so busy that night. I had one tiny little like crouton with some tuna on it. Like that was my one thing because I was just talking the whole night. But that was fine. Didn't mind at all. Also had like 1/2 of a champagne. Like that was my night. And then I was just on the waters. So we did that first activity where everyone had to make a new friend. Then after, I don't know how long it had been, half an hour or whatever, Matt and I went back up onto the stage. And just every time we went up on the stage, it didn't matter what we said. Like everyone would just go, whoa! And Matt's like, is everyone having a good time? Like the room was just so loud. And then we were like, all right, everyone, we're going to be moving into like the main event. So there was like 3 rooms all up for the whole event, which made it feel like really exciting and immersive, I feel, rather than just like the event being in one room the whole time.
No, it worked really well.
And so we're like, all right, we're going to need some silence. And like we got the room really quiet and we're like, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move into the last room and it's like a narrow corridor that we had to go through. So Matt's like single file or like double file.
2 straight lines,
2 straight lines. and we're going to follow Britt, and we're going to go up the stairs into the last room. And on their way through into the last room, we had like all of our goodie bags set up on either side, and they were all handed a goodie bag. And then we were like, you have to promise us, like no one can open their goodie bag, because we tied them up with a ribbon. So it was like this whole thing about like you have to promise. So we're just like really building the hype of like what's in the goodie bags. And the thing that I loved is, so we spoke, and then I went out the door. I'm like, hey, everyone follow me. And Matt and I kept our microphones on each other, but I went into like the other room while Matt stayed in the back room, but the microphones worked throughout the whole venue. So then Matt and I were like talking to each other through the microphones. It was just so funny.
So stupid and funny.
I'm like, Matt, where are you? What's going on? You're like, I'm just letting everyone through. And then ABBA came on.
We're singing Dancing Queen.
So as everyone was coming through and getting their goodie bags, Dancing Queen came on, and then we both did a full karaoke jam sesh with the microphones.
But like
in
it's
two
hard,
different rooms.
It's hard to picture, but like we're in two different really big spaces.
Yeah.
And like I'm ushering people out of one room, Brittney's ushering people into another room.
Fully singing Dancing Queen. And
So
then
ridiculous.
everyone got into it, and it was like a little dance floor.
Yeah.
It was just so vibey. Then we finally got everyone into the main room, and we got up on the stage again, and then we did our massive glazy reveal. So we had over 200 people there with 200 goodie bags, and then we had an Oprah moment. Or Matt had his Oprah moment.
Oh, I loved it. You get a glazy. You get a glazy.
So we had them
gets a
open
glazy.
their goodie bag, because there was a ribbon on top, and then when they looked in it again, they couldn't see what was in there because the glazies were in another, like a velvet drawstring bag. So first we like got them to take the ribbon off, and then they all had to like what's this called? Wave their ribbon in the air. And they were like, whoa, waving the ribbon.
It's so funny.
And then they got their little red bag out, and then they had to wave that in the air too. And they'd scream every time. And then we got them to finally open their bag, and then everyone got their glazy, and it was just like exciting screaming.
Which glazy's available right now, by the way. You can go into...
oh, yeah, because it's Friday.
Yeah, you can go...
I wonder how the launch would have went.
Yeah.
See, I don't know with this.
Yeah.
I have no expectations with glazy.
So you can go and buy a glazy if
it hasn't sold out.
Yeah, if it hasn't sold out.
Like, but we don't know. But at this moment in time that we're recording this, we don't know. But we will know by the time this is out.
Yeah.
So everyone got a glazy, which was really exciting. Never done something like that before. You know, giving away 200 of an unreleased product to customers is like really special. Then we did a game with the dice, like 6 people. So then just when everyone was so excited after the glazies, we're like, all right, and that's not it. There's 6 people in the room right now that have a red dice in the bottom of their bag. If that's you, come up the front. And then the funny thing was the Fayt girls that had set up the goodie bags had accidentally put a 7th one. But we had this table with 6 prizes. So I guess that was the one thing that went wrong, but it was hilarious. We're like, all right, come on, you can come play too.
Yeah.
We don't have a prize for you though, but we'll sort you out kind of thing. So then we just did a like rolling the dice game, first person to roll a 5, then went over to the table and picked out a prize, and they were all wrapped like you couldn't tell what they were. So we did that. One of them won a pink esky full of pink V, which was just so on brand and funny.
And they were like Mecca prize packs.
Yeah, we bought like heaps of stuff from Mecca. I got a voucher from the Hunter Valley, like for Peterson's Champagne House, which, by the way, we bought all of those gifts.
Yeah,
I just want to say, like, they weren't given to us. Fayt voucher was another one, a glazy whole pack with all the hats and the makeup bags and everything, and the 3 glazies. Just lots of good prizes. Like, no one got a shit prize.
And so there was that girl who was the 7th dice holder.
Yes.
And she didn't get a prize on the night. So what did you end up giving her?
I don't know. She gave her email to like our Fayt staff, and I think they were going to email her either on Friday or today. Probably just like a voucher or something.
Okay.
Or like so many Fayt clothing pieces.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then we had another little break and more food and dancing. By this point, there were a few people having a really good time.
Oh my God.
Some girls.
Some of you bitches got drunk.
Yeah, some people. There's always a bunch, isn't there?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, the bar's open and you're there to have a good night.
So they like started a dance floor, and then we came out at the very end and did the raffle, like drew the raffle ticket out of the bowl, and we got AJ up to do that because AJ had about 8 drinks by that point, And I know when AJ has had drinks because he will speak into a microphone in front of a crowd. Like he wouldn't on a normal day. So we called I love what you did, Matt, because we didn't like bring AJ up first. So Matt and I got up again. All right, who's ready for the raffle, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I think we need to get someone up here to help us to do this. And you're like looking out amongst the crowd going, who should I pick? And you're pointing around to the crowd like,
and everyone's jumping up and down.
Like, it was so funny. Like they were just so excited. And you're like looking around like trying to point of who to pick. And then you're like, AJ! And then again, everyone's screaming. AJ comes up and grabs the mic. He's like, how's everyone going? It's just so funny. Oh, so then AJ pulled the winning ticket. The winner came up. We brought out the novelty $1,000 big check.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the last thing. And then we tried to get everyone out of there.
Yeah.
Because it was like nearly 9 o'clock at that point.
Put my Crocs on and got in the car and did me drive all the way home.
Yeah, I stayed right until the end, until 10. And then I collected all the flowers because all the fake flower displays that we had around that look real, they're for our Glazy in-store displays.
Oh.
So we use them because they look pretty. So I packed them up into the car and the rest was fucking history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on such a fabulous event.
Thanks.
It really was just so smooth, so fabulous.
It was. Not a thing went wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone had a great time.
And hopefully you get to do a lot more of them in the future.
Yeah, hopefully. I know, where to next? And how can we fucking top that? Like, I feel like there's not many venues that have like 3 whole separate rooms. Like, it's such a unique venue.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, how do we top that? But it was great. Matt made the night. It was great having Kate there. Kate dedicated, shout out. She just did a meet and greet all night long, didn't she? Just getting photos all night.
I actually hardly saw her at all.
Me
I thought
too.
we'd spend all night together. She was too busy meeting all the girls and doing all the things.
Yeah.
I was running around like a headless chook half the time, going, where's the bloody mic? Where'd I put the microphone? Where'd I put my champagne? I was probably the most chaos of the whole night.
Yeah, it was just so bloody good.
You know, someone saw some videos of me emceeing and asked if I could MC their wedding and was like, whatever it's going to cost.
Would you do it?
Well, I mean, money talks, but I just don't think, I think the pressure, no matter how much you paid me, I think the pressure of that being someone's big day, I couldn't have that weighing on my shoulders.
I always think that about photographers and videographers of weddings. What if the memory card goes corrupt?
I have emceed one wedding once for my cousin, and that went fine.
Yeah. I don't think you could fuck it up. Like, you're a natural.
You never know, though, do you?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a lot of pressure, and I just don't think the money's worth it. But anyway.
All in all, it was a fucking great night and a great 3 days. Yeah. I'm not going to do it again for a while because that was a lot.
Big rest.
Yeah.
I'm in rest era as well. I think we need a big rest, darling.
We do need a big rest, but thank you to everyone who came. It was absolutely 10 out of 10. Can't fault it. Nothing went wrong. It was so well worth it, and everyone left loving it.
Gorgeous. Well, that's another episode done and dusted. Thanks for
Why
listening.
did I fucking start saying that? Now
but
I can't.
I love it.
Done and dusted.
Done and dusted. Thanks for
I'm
listening
really
to Close
busting
Friend.
now.
Yeah, you go wee.
I'm busting.
We'll see you next Tuesday.